What's going on, guys? I'm the Maha Mechanic, and today we are going to be fixing a erratic idle, taking apart the throttle body and cleaning it up on this 2002 Porsche Boxster. So let's get into it. So, in celebration of this new car as well, I have launched a website and am now selling merch and everything. So if you guys want to go take a look at that, it's put it up on screen right here, milehighmechanic.shop, or you can click the links below and it'll take you there and whatnot. Have a browse. I figured I promote it at least. So I can insert some sound clips or whatnot, but it's a common problem for these cars to have some oil and residue build up on the throttle plate of the throttle body, and stuff like that have a clogged air idle control valve. So I have a little bit of a hunting in the rev range for this car at idle. So I'm going to be taking apart our intake system, cleaning it up, and see if that fixes it. If it doesn't, then it might work for you. If it doesn't for me, but at the very least, you guys will get to see how to actually access the throttle body and the engine itself, the top half of the engine itself, in this video as well. So let's get started. So as you can see here, and probably here if I stop talking, but we're jumping up by like 100 RPM, fluctuating around there. Of course, it's not really at operating temp, but I think it might get a little worse at operating temp. But I'll let you listen to the car and everything for a second. So you can hear it's hunting a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna crack open the throttle body, clean it up a little bit, clean up the map, see if we can't get this issue to clear up. Take our key, turn it on to on position, and then make sure e-brake is up, because the roof won't work without it, but I'm sure you guys know. You know, raise the roof about that much. It's about 6 inches, maybe 5-6 inches. So that bit of space, so that should be good. Take your key out, and we're gonna come to the back. All right, coming from the back here, you can see, if you can see, let me turn on the light. You can see we have these little cables. Here's the roof, and we have these little cables here. Just want to pop these off, just like a little ball and socket joint. Here's the socket, and there's the ball. There's one on each side. This prevents the actual roof from coming up while it's like in its current state. There you go. So once you have both removed, what I would do is grab a towel, lay it on the rear window, just like so, and then you want to unclip this fabric piece here. Just push down, should fall out, and then you're gonna lift this back up just a little bit. The towel is gonna prevent any creases in that window. Should prevent any creases in the window. And yeah, now we have access to, if we move this out of the way, we have our little box that we, a little glove box kind of thing, storage box, and the carpet here. So what you want to do is just twist these little retainers on either side, until they come up. And then once they come up, this whole box actually gets removed. Ugh. We do this one-handed here. Just like so. And now we can remove the carpet the same way. Kind of just undo these until they come loose. Just like so. And carpet comes right out. I'm doing this all one-handed, by the way. So it is extremely easy. No need to sweat anything. But anyway, we've got to the cover here, which have these retainer clips here. And it appears as if we just twist them until they come up. Looks like there's 5 of them. One more. Right. Just carefully lift it up and out. So here we have a throttle body right here that's just 4 bolts. I'm going to clean up all this dirt and whatnot before I actually take anything apart, because I don't want any dirt getting into the engine. That's no bueno, especially for Boxster engines and whatnot. So yeah, cue the montage of me cleaning this bad boy. Alright, well, excuse the quality of my job. I just did enough to where that if I take stuff off, there won't be any loose debris knocked in. So with all the loose debris cleared away, we can start removing the throttle body. You guys in here so you guys can see. To do this, we're going to want to remove this boot, or this intake piece. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, I believe, holding it to the manifold, and an electrical connector. They are 5mm hex heads, or Allen heads. Break them loose. So to get to the bottom bolts better, I'm going to actually remove this whole piece so that it's not in our way. And to do that, just more upstream here, right there, there is another screw. So I'm going to remove that. Turn this thing, pull it out. Careful not to break anything. There she goes. All right. As you can see, like I said earlier, let's go in the light here. Yeah, these cars have issues with some carbon, some oil buildup. You can see a bunch of oil back there. This looks pretty normal. If you have excessive amount of oil and it's like dripping, which I mean, I guess if you held it one way for a while, it would start dripping. But if it's dripping, you may have an issue with your air oil separator, and it's allowing too much oil into the intake system. But this looks pretty normal to me. And yeah, we are going to be cleaning. Just use some brake clean, carb cleaner, anything you got. Come and clean this bad boy up. So also use a lint-free cloth. We don't want to leave any residue behind or anything that can choke up our engine. So lint-free and alcohol-based. Again, not leaving any residue that can be sucked into the engine. So while we're in here, we're also gonna be cleaning our MAF sensor, which is located right there, with 2 T20 Torx. They're safety Torx. I'll show you the bolts when I get them out. Kind of hard to tell with it in. But you can see, if you can see, there's a little nub in the middle of the Torx. And that makes it so you can't use a regular Torx bit, which is so fun. But yeah, we are going to remove this electrical connector. Oh, once you get the electrical connector off, it'll be easier for me to show you, but there's 2 little ears on either side. Just squeeze those bad boys in, pull it off, and you should be good. Let's tuck this out of the way for now. And now you can access those 2 T20 security Torx bits. Once you get the special screws removed, just come in here, wiggle it out of its position, just like so. There you go. Doesn't look too bad. Just could use a little bit of cleaning, just a little dusty. Overall, not bad at all. This is why I recommend not running a oiled filter on these cars especially, or I don't really like oiled filters in the first place, because you're just going to be sucking in some oil onto your MAF sensor and it's going to make it not read properly. But so to clean these, I'm going to be using some contact cleaner, which is just some electronics cleaner and whatnot. Don't use brake clean, because it's meant to clean brakes and not electrical components. So you can use some sensor clean, or contact cleaner is what I'm going to use, because these are electronic safe. So yeah, clean this up, throw it back in there, and start putting everything back together. So after you have this all cleaned, you want to throw it back into the car. It should only go in one way. So if you put it in and the holes don't line up, likely story is you put it in backwards. So push the O-ring till it seals, line up your holes, and then here's a look at those security Torx. You can see it has a little protrusion. And here's the bit that has a little hole in the end. So you won't be able to get to these with an actual Torx. You have to use special stupid security Torx. So, yep, throw these back on, and then we can put the rest of our intake back together. So anything past snug on those bolts is wrong. And all right, there you go. Now we can put on our throttle body again. Now we have it all nice and clean and all shiny. Just remember, it went this way, I believe. And we also have this. Ooh, that's good look in there, actually. And just remember that this goes behind, or in front, I should say, of your bolts as well. So just set it there, grab a bolt, throw this bad boy on. So torque spec for these is 7.5 foot-pounds. Now, we can put on our boot, close this all back up. Our little boot here. Throw it in there like that. All right, just like that. And then bring rotate your clamps to a accessible location. All right. Seems good. Now that we have everything back together, we can put on our engine cover and reinstall all our interior pieces and get this thing back on the road. With your little balls, find the socket, or with your little socket, find the ball right there, and push these bad boys back on. There we go. That one's on. Do the same thing for the other side. With all that done, come in the car and ensure the sunroof functions properly. Lock everything down and you're all set. And there you go. That's how you access the engine and take apart the throttle body, clean up the throttle body and whatnot on this 2002 Porsche Boxster. So let's get it on a test drive, get it up to operating temperature, and see if we have the same issues as we were having before. As you can see, it holds nice and steady now. It sounds a lot better. Open the door for you guys. It's idling where it should, around 700 RPM. Before it would idle down to probably 600 RPM, come back up to 7, maybe 8, and then fall back down to 6, 550 again, come back up to 8, kind of fluctuate between there. But it's idling like a champ now, and I did notice when driving it that it's a lot more responsive and a lot more smooth. I don't know if that's just a placebo effect, but it's definitely because of the cleaning of that throttle plate. Runs a lot smoother now, has a little bit more pep at the lower end. This is probably because there's not as much junk blocking the path of air going into the engine at partial throttle and stuff like that. So yeah, overall, I give this a double thumbs up, and I say it's another job well done. So, if you found this video informative, please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more. Remember, no matter your experience or your skill level, keep on improving.